الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Welcome to another episode on who can be saved from trials after Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. One of the greatest and most severest trial that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam faced was with regards to his father. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam's father, he was not an ordinary mushrik, a polytheist, but rather he was one of the people that used to sculpt and manufacture and sell and give to the people their idols. So he was someone who used to build idols and sell it to the people. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam's first opposition was his father. The first rejecter of his message was his father. The first disbeliever in him was his father. The first person to oppose him was his father. The first person to basically stand in front of him was his father. But that did not take away from Ibrahim alayhi salam the fact that he still has to be kind and loving and respectful towards his father. In many parts of the Quran, the interaction that is described by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala between Prophet Ibrahim and his father was an interaction where there is so much love and concern and kindness towards his father. Prophet Ibrahim's father, his name was Azar according to the majority of the scholars. Some say his name was Tarih. And so Imam At-Tabari rahimahullah, he says that his father's name was Azar, but his kunya or his nickname may have been Tarih. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentions the name of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam in the Quran, in which he says, وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ لِأَبِيهِ آزَرَ أَتَتَّخِذُ أَصْنَامًا آلِهَةً إِنِّي أَرَاكَ وَقَوْمَكَ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. That when Ibrahim, he told his father Azar, do you take these idols as your aliha, as your object of worship? Verily, I see you and your people in manifest error. So over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly tells us that the name of the father of Ibrahim was Azar. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he tries to cater towards his father's intellect by talking to him in a very logical manner, by reasoning with him. إِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ قَالُوا نَعْبُدُ أَصْنَامًا فَنَظَلُّ لَهَا عَاكِفِينَ قال هل يسمعونكم إذ تدعون أو ينفعونكم أو يضرون قالوا بل وجدنا آباءنا كذلك يفعلون. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asks his father and his people, what is it that you are worshipping? What are these idols that you are worshipping? They can't even hear when you supplicate to them. They can't even benefit you or harm you. In fact, they can't do anything. And the only answer that his father could give, he said, this is how we found our forefathers doing, and this is what we're going to do as well. So this line of reasoning and logic employed by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam with his father in order to open his eyes yet his father was still blinded by his shirk. And then he uses another approach. And that approach is the approach of having love and kindness towards his father. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us in Surah Maryam, Ya abati la ta'bud ash-shaytan inna ash-shaytana kana lir-rahmani 'asiyya Ya abati inni akhafu an yamassaka 'adhabun min ar-rahman fatakuna lish-shaytani waliyya. He tells his father, he says, he uses the word Ya abati with the ta at the end. And this idiom is used to reflect a person's extreme love and respect towards the father. He didn't simply say Ya abi, he says Ya abati, my beloved father, my dear father. Don't follow in the footstep of shaitan, for verily shaitan, he was an enemy of Allah. He says, oh my father, my beloved father, that I am afraid that the punishment of Ar-Rahman is going to come upon you. So don't listen to shaitan. Don't be the ally and the friend of shaitan. Over here we see how he is addressing his father and giving him da'wah in the most beautiful way. And what was the response of his father? قال أراغب أنت عن آلهتي يا إبراهيم لئن لم تنته لأرجمنك وهجرني مليا. Are you making fun or mockery of our gods, of our idols? If you don't stop, then verily I am going to stone you. I'm going to stone you. And what did Ibrahim alayhi salam say to his father? How did he interact with his father afterwards? Was he rude towards his father? Did he change his attitude towards his father? In fact, the Quran states what Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam says to his father. قال سلام عليك سأستغفر لك ربي إنه كان بي حفيا. Prophet Ibrahim, he says salam to his father, and he says, I will ask Allah for forgiveness. Now in our Sharia, it is not permissible for us to ask forgiveness for any of our fathers or mothers or any member of our family if they died upon a religion other than Islam. But that does not prevent us from making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if they are non-Muslims, that we ask Allah to guide them while they're still alive. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions in the Quran, رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. And say, O my Lord, have mercy upon them, meaning even if they are not Muslims, have mercy upon them, of course with the condition that they are still alive. And over here, mercy, it means, O Allah, have mercy by guiding them towards Islam. رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. I want to ask every single one of you, dear viewers, how often do you make dua for your parents? Do you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive them if they are alive and they are Muslim? Do you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy upon them? Do you ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them good health and prosperity. How often do you make dua to Allah? Imam Abu Hanifa and his teacher Ahmed, they said we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every single sajda. Rabbi ighfir li wa li walidayya. Rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Oh Allah, forgive me and my parents. Oh Allah, have mercy upon them like they had mercy upon me when I was a child. They used to make this dua in every single sajda. Abdullah ibn Zubayr radiallahu anhu, when his father was killed, Zubayr ibn al-Awwam, he said, I made dua for my father for 1 whole year. Meaning, I only made dua for my father and I did not make dua even for myself. My dear brothers and sisters, Prophet Ibrahim, like we've mentioned in the previous episode, he was an example for this ummah to be followed, whether that was in terms of the Hajj rituals or even his da'wah methodology. Now with his father, the kindness, the love, the respect that he used towards his father should be an example for all of us. If your parents are not Muslim, follow in the example of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam by being kind towards them. And if your parents are Muslim, make dua for them of mercy and forgiveness, whether they have passed away or they are still alive. And so this concludes our episode of one of the trials faced by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and we will continue next time, inshallah.